All rise. Commissioner Notstein, if you may lead us in a prayer and a pledge of allegiance.
Precious Lord, bless those around us and bless the beauty on our earth that this springtime season has brought us our way. I ask that you continue to keep the weather steady, keep the trees growing strong, and bless all the lovely gardens so that your fruits of the field may ripen. To nourish our bodies, let us continually be thankful for the miracles of the spring, the charm of nature, and the love you never fail to provide us with. In your name, we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. And your first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held March 6, 2025, noting the change as listed.
Motion to approve the changes?
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business? Very good.
Good morning, sir. Happy spring.
Thank you.
My name is Leslie Salt. I'm with Family Search LLC. I am and about the Tyler Odyssey system. I thank you for the classes that we had. They were very helpful. But in that turn, there's a lot of kinks in the system. When you search a name, it comes up and there's nothing there. We cannot document that it says nothing because it doesn't allow for it. I know that next month we'll be contract again for Tyler Odyssey. And we were hoping, all the title searchers were hoping to upgrade the system at least. Some of these kinks will work out. We're still searching by the first name, which in Roman times, you've never documented anything by first name. There's still a lot of kinks in the system, and there's several problems that we have had. And I know that when you did the contract, you weren't aware of it. Mr. Sifranco, you said that you were going to look into it for us.
Okay.
And hopefully we can upgrade the system so it does a better job of searching a name.
Yes, and we did look into it, and obviously we're going to make some adjustments, but the one thing was to get the classes, and you said they've been very helpful.
Wonderful. Yes,
Yeah,
they were.
that was-
And I thank Karen and the IT people for putting together a very informative class. And as you see by how many people came, I think over 40 people that showed up for those classes. Because, yeah, they were full. They were very helpful, but again, it's the system that has the kinks.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay. Like you said, we'll have to look into that or pursue it further. But as far as the class, is that something we should do on maybe an annual refresher or updates over the years?
That, I would appreciate that very much.
Annually or biannually? What's your recommendation? Annually?
Yeah, because you know what? Title searching is a dying breed. I had just read that there's less than 2,500 title searchers in the United States. Yeah, I just read that. One source of title. Trying to get new people to come in and replace us, which we have to do. You know what I mean? I sell real estate all the time. People take mortgages. Tyler system just has so many. If you look at other counties, their systems are so much better.
From Tyler?
I actually do have examples that I brought with me. I'll give you
Sure.
a copy each to look at. If you look at the packet,
Thank you.
the very first page is what you look at Lehigh County.
Thank you.
And then the second page, do you want more, Bob?
Okay,
go.
thank you.
So if you look at the first page, is the cover sheet. Then on the second page is what you look at Lehigh. I have highlighted at the top how I entered it. Smith with an asterisk and O with an asterisk. And you can see as you page down everything that it captures. It takes up 2 pages of all the information. On number 2, document number 2, you'll see what Carbon County shows. Under the same, they're not gonna be the same documents because it's different counties, different people, and so it'll show what we're looking at on our screen. There is no name at the top anywhere to show what I put in, I put in Smith with an O, or Smith with an asterisk and O with an asterisk. Nowhere on there does it show it. Number 3, you'll see Lehigh County, and I used a name that nobody would ever use. Last name Zebra with an asterisk, first name with a Z with an asterisk. It clearly shows what I entered, stating that there's no results found. The last page on number 4 states what Carbon County shows. Nothing. So sometimes examples help. It gets more complicated if there's businesses involved. And the fear is, that I have to answer to somebody, Leslie has to answer to somebody on what do we do to find these things. It is labor intensive, like you have no idea, because of all the different variables. This is the most simplest form possible I could show you to what we're looking at. If there's some kind of lien that lasts indefinitely and we can't capture it, that's a problem. If any of you were buying a property that had a lien on it, and Rocky, you know this, it's gonna fall on the person who
Oh, you're
buys.
gonna have a problem in
We're gonna have a problem.
7 years.
What if it's an IRS lien for $125,000? How are you gonna feel if I call you and say, hey, we have this lien? And you could have done something to correct it, that we would have been able to find it. But $125,000 is coming down on me, my title company, our underwriter. It's gotta go somewhere, and it should be held accountable for the people that have the lien on them. And I'm Jennifer from Paramount Trust.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone for,
Thank
any,
you for the example, I like visuals.
Visuals are wonderful.
anything further? Anything further?
We really appreciate it, just some way of covering ourselves, because when you type into the proprietary system, it has a memory. So if I did it 3 weeks ago, when I start typing in that name, it comes up again. So I know that I have searched that name. But when sometimes you search it, nothing comes up. Then you do it 3 weeks later, and it appears. And I know that I typed it because, like I said, it has a memory. It's just very frustrating.
And I do want to add one more thing. When we do alert Ontario or whatever about any kind of issues that we come across, we're like, hey, this is what we found.
We do.
It's wonderful because they address it in the system, but that's on a per case basis. It's not a coverall for somebody else in that situation that maybe it's not going to be discovered for 2 or 3 years because they're not selling their property or they're not having an estate or whatever it is. So the fact that we're going in and correcting case by case is wonderful for that particular case, but it's not addressing the entire system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other visitors? That concludes.
Okay, our next item, number 25084, the sale of surplus county real estate. Princeton Avenue, Palmerton, Pennsylvania, comprising of .09 acres. Carbon County Tax Parcel ID number 42A49, J54.04. And we have one bid from Patrick Frank, Palmerton, Pennsylvania. Mr. Frank offers $14,300.
Need time for review or?
No,
No.
I think make the motion to proceed with the
The sale?
sale.
I'll second that.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There were two, one on Thursday, March 13th at 8:30 a.m. to discuss personnel, and one on Friday, March 14th at 10 a.m. also to discuss personnel.
Department reports. The budget transfers for 2024 and 2025.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The supplemental appropriations.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Expenditures. Approval of payroll check numbers 76453 through 76469, and direct deposit check numbers 6074014 through 6074438 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $722,935.15. This is the payroll dated March 7th, 2025.
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 249-600 through 249-744 for expenditures through the general fund clearing account for March 13th, 2025, totaling $979,870.11.
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 249-745 through 249-936 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account dated March 20th, 2025, in the amount of $783,492.57.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 249-937 for the expenditure through the general fund clearing account dated March 18th, 2025, from the general fund, $2,678.56.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The treasurer's reports, we have two.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The personnel report for county departments.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion to acknowledge.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Next item, advertising requests, number 25085, a CDBG public hearing.
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Number 25086, the CDBG first public hearing.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Bid award extension number 25087 for the Carbon County Home Repair Program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The coroner, number 25088, Quincy Technology Agreement.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Courts, the senior judge reimbursement. Item number 25089.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Courts computer information. Item number 25090, Zoom technology.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The district court offices. Blue Ridge Communications for the Lansford office, number 25091.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Blue Ridge Communications, the Jim Thorpe office, number 25092.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Emergency Management, number 25093, the EMPG grant application.
Motion approved and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The hazmat report, number 25094.
Motion approved and executed.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The MATP program, number 25095, the 2023-2024 final allocation.
Motion approved and executed.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The solicitor's report.
Thank you. For the Area Agency on Aging, item 25-096, for approval and execution of an addendum to the agreement with the Palmerton Community Ambulance.
Motion approved and executed.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next, for Mock Chunk Lake Park, item 25-097, for approval and execution of a special activities agreement for Mock Chunk Lake Park with St. John's UCC Boy Scout Troop 777.
Motion approved and executed.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item 25-098, to change the winter boat storage rates for county residents.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item 25-099, motion to adopt resolution 25-008, recognizing Patrick J. Crampsey as the 2025 Shamrock Award recipient.
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Honor? Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
And we can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Let's do it easy.
You know how to do it.
For the tax assessment, I'll call for a motion to approve the refund of county real estate taxes for items 25-100 through 25-106.
I will make that motion.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
All right, nothing further for the solicitor's report.
Any further business? Hearing none. Commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
None at this time.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, want to welcome spring. You can tell when traveling along the roads and everything, how all the garbage and debris are spouting up along the highways and et cetera. So it is really sad, extremely sad to see that the people do not care for the environment. They don't care about nothing. I think we have to pursue our elected officials in Harrisburg to increase the fines, and maybe in that fine include so many hours of mandatory litter pickup, as well as maybe a reward for turning in somebody that's successfully convicted of littering. Enough is enough. You know, we need to step up to the plate and prosecute those people that are guilty. Even in some states, even throwing a cigarette butt on the sidewalk or anywhere is littering. And I know of one state, $1,000 for dropping a cigarette in the ground. Especially during these dry times, when the weather is dry, it's windy, throwing a cigarette out the window or careless burning has created a lot of problems for our emergency responders over the last few weeks. And hopefully we'll get rain today and a substantial amount. If we don't, just one day of a slight breeze will dry it out in a hurry. So please be careful out there and don't burn. If there's any slight wait breeze, make sure you're in a confined container with proper screening, et cetera, and check with your ordinances and whether or not your municipality has a burn ban on. The county does not, unless more than 50% or the fire chief requests the county to put it on, and it will go for 30 days should that occur. But hopefully in the next week, possibility of rain on 3 separate days, but it's gonna take a lot of rain to catch up. That's all I have.
Mr. Sifranco?
A few things. Number one is we were in Harrisburg this past beginning of the week. Commissioners throughout the state were there for our CCAP. And I just want to let the taxpayers in Carbon County know that we did get to meet, excuse me, with a couple of our, with our state representative and others. And topics that we discussed with them that we brought before them was, you know, election reform always seems to be out there and it is being looked at. And They're continuing working on how to better organize the elections. Whether or not that works, we shall see. But sometimes what's good for Carbon County is not good for Schuylkill County and vice versa. And it's a rather large state, and the counties still wish to take care of their own elections and run them the way we wish. But we do want some guidance that we're all basically on the same page, but we can adjust accordingly. So we did bring that to their light. We also brought up the funding levels that we receive. We brought up their concerns because we had been at the Office of Aging meeting, three of us back in maybe a month ago, am I right? A month ago. And we explained to them about how the office, we need more funding, obviously, for our seniors, and how that formula is done and what is lacking there coming from the state. So we expressed those concerns. We also expressed the concerns of how children and youth is funded, how that breaks down, how you get 80% of 80%, and it kind of puts the county at sometimes a serious cash flow issue. Not to mention when there are some issues within children and youth, and that's going to happen with any organization, there's always a holdback from the state until you correct that issue. And that might be fine, but we would sooner see that done at the end of the year when you audit everything and break it all down at the end of the year, because when you do it throughout the year, we're constantly tracking. And, while you're getting 80% of 80%, then you're getting less than 80%, and it's very hard to budget that throughout the year. So we did ask them to move that. Also, in reference to the whole home grant for repair homes, that was all come around to COVID. There was deadlines there. Those deadlines are approaching. We asked them to extend those deadlines because at least here in Carbon County, we've rewritten the application. We seem to be getting, as you can see, more and more applications in. People are getting work done. There is money that is there. That was advice that was given to us from Jason Skrimkowski, I know, who has been working very hard on that program and getting that information there. He asked us to take their concerns to Harrisburg and say, can we just, not stop the program, because we have money there. It's hard to get contractors, and it was hard to get them to get in bid, and we seem to finally be over that hump, and that's beginning to happen. So now if you stop that deadline or that deadline hits, unfortunately, that's money that'll be lost. And that was at no fault to the county commissioners or Jason in planning. We're just a victim of time. So now if we could just let that sit there, we will be able to get that out. Other than that, we did discuss the 911 fee as well. Currently, the 911 fee is at $1.95 on your cell phone bill. We are looking at trying, the counties as a whole, not just Carbon, but throughout the state, is looking to increase that 911 fee. That is under a lobbying back and forth between Senate, Rep, and the governor's office. Everybody's involved there. Obviously, you're always looking for some more money to help pay more salaries. Not only that, but to just keep the people you have. So, it's not a matter of growing, it's just a matter of paying those men and women that are up there working at a 911 center their proper pay. And equipment upgrades. We did bring concerns about needing to go to a digital, and the cost that's going to be brought to the fire companies, especially the volunteers, and the municipalities, police department. And that's something that we really don't have a hold on, but, we could help these municipalities out if we had some more funding. So that was brought up. And then the final thing we brought up, is everyone knows, is we could always use mental health is a serious issue throughout the state. So we brought our concerns from our joiner board here in the area about mental health. Other than that, that's all I have. Anything else? Meeting adjourned. Jen, election board.
4 minutes. That's not on you.
It's not on us.
Allie, you didn't miss a beat. She got it moving,
We
huh?
didn't give her a fighting chance to beat the record.
I know. May I help you, sir?
Oh, cool.
No.
No, we
have
have like.
No, we have two more.
They shouldn't be too long, that's okay.
This will only take a couple seconds.
This one, yeah.
Well, maybe. It all depends what she brings up.
All right, so the first thing on our agenda is approving minutes from election board meeting held on February 20th, 2025.
Motion approved, second.
Second, whatever.
We're ready for the next motion.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Are there any guests concerning election board business?
Hearing none.
Anything that the election board would like to speak on?
They pulled ballot positions yesterday. Everything went very well. Those positions are available if you call down to the election office. They'll let you know where they're at. Other than that, is there anything else?
Nope. And then any further business? I would like to let everybody know that our mail-ins at this time, the number is 2,230 for mail-ins. And that our voter count by party, Democratic is 14,043. Republicans are 23,446. And the total amount of voters in Carbon County are 44,754. If there's no other business,
Move to adjourn.
thank you. All right. Thank you.
Madam Clerk. The controller, you're up.
Now we have retirement. A motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held February 20th, 2025.
Motion approved.
Second. Sorry, Gary, go ahead.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Any guests concerning retirement board business? Hearing none. There were no executive sessions held. A motion to ratify warrant checks number 41147 to 41156. Direct deposit number 7030750 to 7031177 for February.
Motion ratified.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Retirement activity report for February. We had 7 retirement refunds, 2 death benefits, and 3 deceased. On behalf of the retirement board, we offer our condolences to the families of William DeReamer, Marie Resnick, and Julie Walker. Disbursements for February, monthly benefits, $512,928.02. Death benefits, $38,475.22. Refunds, $13,390.81 for a total disbursement of $564,794.05. Portfolio value as of February 28th was $92,323,577.51. No correspondence were received. Anything for the solicitor's report?
No report.
New business, old business, further business,
Nothing.
meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. Okay. All right, Amy, you're up. We'll start with you this week.
Morning.
Let's talk a little bit about these tax refunds, specifically for Forest Inn and Split Rock. I know the Forest Inn one, you guys had to have your own appraisal and everything done with all that. Split Rock, did you guys have that as well?
Yes.
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 And
That-
what does this mean to lose that much money, every refund that to the county?
It means a lot. The Split Rock, I think, totaled over $18,000 on the 3 parcels. So that's a lot for the county. Every time we seem to put new properties on there, these things are wiped out by challenges in the court system in particular. We try to fight them. We've been fairly successful in trying to keep that revenue up from the larger scale businesses and resorts, et cetera. But it's a major hit, not only to the county, but especially the school districts and the municipalities. And when we challenge these, I find it odd that not all the municipalities or school districts are willing to participate in a challenge. And that's a problem, you know. Why should the county and the other, maybe the municipality or school district, and in this case, I know that the school district did not want to participate, and they stood to lose the most. Yet the county and the municipalities involved in that case, are willing to step up to the plate, correct? And, who's going to benefit? School districts. And they're the ones that wanted to push the assessment.
All I have then, thank you. Okay, I wanted to talk to you about, we've talked about this in the past, there's always a goal to get a little bit more. Is there a new set number that you guys are shooting?
Not as of yet. I know we had a committee meeting on Sunday with the Emergency Management and Veterans Affairs. Lively debate over what it should be. We're polling the committee right now for suggestions to submit to the state committee, and working with APCO, the dispatchers, 911 directors. I forget the name of the committee, the legislative something committee on 911. What our recommendation would be. So I really can't throw a number out there because of the negotiations. And the way it looks now, it might be for a 4-year period, which is a concern because of inflation in that. I know we're operating at bare minimum full-time staffers because of the cost. There's times that 4 or 5 dispatchers isn't enough, but it's unrealistic to have that many there all the time. But when a major events or multiple events at the same time occur, then it's pretty rough for 2 dispatchers, especially if one's doing emergency medical dispatch at the time. But right now, if nothing gets done, the law sunsets on January 31st, 2026. That means that funding will go away if they don't pass anything. So Carbon County, that's well over $1 million, helps pay for the operation of the communications center and the salaries. So it's a big hit. I know last time we went through it 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, they were requesting $230 at the time, and per line, per month. And they finally settled. It went from $1.65 to $1.95 because it was not increased in so many years. But it took a lot of people writing to their legislators, a lot of businesses included, to all the emergency responders that really stepped up to the plate and put a lot of pressure on the legislators to give us some kind of an increase, which they did. Far from what they were asking, but it did help a lot, so.
And then, you mentioned a little bit about what this goes to, but about going digital, would this help pay for that?
It could, some of it. Right now, the other thing that was talked about quite a bit at the committee meetings and discussion among ourselves, after hours and with our legislators, is the concern with the federal government funding. Right now, we have did put a $2 million grant application in just for the equipment at the communications center. So right now, all that federal funding is up in the air. Everyone's afraid to make a move because they don't know what's going to be funded, what is not going to be funded, and it goes for the county, not only in 911, but all those federal funding sources are up in the air right now, and no one seems to have a good understanding of where the cuts are going to be, how bad it's going to be. Is it going to be total cuts? We just don't know.
I think one thing that needs to be understood out there is, prior to the last increase, it was $1.65, as Commissioner was saying. And they talked about $2.30, and they settled in at $1.95. That's not a guarantee. And why I say that is because the $1.95 was only agreed on for over the 2-year period. So the biggest concern out there is, does it go back down to $1.65, which is a guarantee? So
But
that's.
I think everybody has a phone, and there's fees on your phone that you don't even know what it's for. And this is something that helps everybody. I think even Gary came down here and explained how you can text and it shows where your location is. So this should be, to me, it should be a $5 fee. You know, they should be starting looking at them other fees that we don't even know what we're getting charged for. There's probably 2, 3 fees on your phone bill that are additional costs, and does anybody really know what they are? And here's a fee, and to help the community, we're getting $1.90. You know, that, I think that's ridiculous. You know, that should be the $5 fee, and the other ones should be the $1.90.
And I mean, the first fight is obviously to keep it at $1.95, because if not, you're gonna go back to $1.65, which is huge. Not to mention, so then to try to get that increase is another, and Commissioner Arner had mentioned about the cell phone, as did Commissioner Notstein. It should be noted, there's numerous cell phone providers out there. Everybody just kind of taps into one or the other, the larger of those. The issues you should know, and I don't think I'm stepping out of thing here, is the larger cell phone providers aren't really fighting over it. It's the smaller cell phone providers that are putting up a very strong lobbying in Harrisburg. And obviously because, you know, their bills matter, and if they can make their bill a little less than the larger provider, it makes you more apt to go with them. So that lobbying is constantly happening out there, and like you say, we all just assume it's, you know, the largest one, we all have this one or that one. But the reality is there's many out there, and there's many throughout the state, and they are lobbying very hard to keep that down because, well, they want to say they're cheaper than their competition. So, and I kind of, you get part of that, but I don't get it because, as Commissioner Arner said here, I mean, that goes back to the communities, you know.
A lot of the legislators had opposed it in the past because they see it as a tax increase. And I put it to a legislator one time that said, you know, told me that it was a tax increase. Well, I said, you just voted for me to raise taxes because somebody has to pay that bill. If there's nobody there to answer the phone, if we don't have the proper equipment, we don't have the proper radios for our emergency responders, it comes back on the counties, not the state. So they have to step up to the plate too. Just give us the opportunity to do it is what we're asking, really. Raise that fee. You're not raising taxes, you're putting a fee on for a use for public safety. And they don't, a lot of people just don't get it.
That's all I have.
Anything else? Okay, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Thank you all.